Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Divine Family, let's welcome Sister Sangeeta. Before inviting her for the session, may I just introduce Sister Sangeeta? Sister Sangeeta is from Canada. Sister Sangeeta is presently in Ottawa, the federal capital city of Canada. She took Gyan in England while visiting Lokik family and instantly surrendered to Baba. Oh, on the last day of her course, he started service soon after and then opened Baba's center, in which she is the center coordinator. She has been in Gyan since last 14 years. She'll be completing 14 years in Gyan this October. And in her Lokik life, she continues to work full time as a clinical pharmacist at the teaching hospital in the city. Self transformation, meditation, and to really understand Baba are her favorite pursuits. And she's been in this pharmacy as a pharmacist and in community retail and hospital for 39 years. So that's a wonderful experience of Lokik as well as the Alokik, the spiritual pursuit. So we have this honor of hosting her and to listen to her today. Wonderful this morning, and so let's invite her. May I request Sister Sangeeta to commence the session now? Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti and Namaste, everyone. A very blessed good morning to you. And it is such a privilege for me and a very, very huge honor to be with you. I'm in Canada, but I can share some time with my family in India. I have to share with you that when I left India when I was a very little girl with my Lokik family, and in my teenage years and in my young adult life, I always wanted to visit India and no other place, just to see everything, go to all the pilgrimage places. I even wanted to work in India, and I used to think, how could I get a job that would be safe and compatible? But my Lokik life didn't go that way, and it's okay, it's all accurate. And then when I came into Gyan, then it happened that every year, within 4 months of me taking Gyan, I was able to come to India. And it's such a joy for me to come to Bharat and go to Madhuban and also meet the Divine Family. So I feel very, very blessed that the dream that I used to have as when I was younger in body came true. And so I feel really privileged to link with India always. And I also admire you all for this Avyakti English study group, the Avyak Murlis that you study in English every day. I want to share with you that we also have a common link with you, that when COVID happened, we started doing the renunciation of Avyak Murlis, and we really enjoyed that. And then we were picking up Avyak Murlis by theme. And then when it was getting a little bit difficult, we started doing from 1969. So you're studying every day, I believe, but we are studying on Monday nights. And so we are at 1971. So we are a little bit behind you, but we're doing the same thing. So I was quite intrigued how Baba put us together in this kind of setting in this classroom. So it's good. It's very, very nice how we get linked up with each other. So the title is spiritual gift of spiritual lift, right? Gift of the spiritual lift. throughout the cycle, we descend, right? We descend, and we have spiritual depletion of the beauty of the soul gradually, and then according to our karmas. And when we come to Baba, we come into the confluence age, and we come into the age of the lift, right? It's the only time where we can get on an escalator. Do you call them escalators? Those moving staircases, in shopping centers. It's the only time where we can get on an escalator that is constantly moving up. And we are offered the gift of all our bhakti that we have done, all the goodness that we have done and performed. And we get the gift right now to really know and understand God. We get the gift to reunite with our Heavenly Father. And when we come to Baba, everything that we had lost, he gives it back to us, or he teaches us. He does give to us, and then he teaches us how to get back our value, our worth, our dignity, our spiritual fullness, and how to recharge our inner battery again. Because we've been wandering around kind of like with a little hole in our heart, not being able to feel complete, not to feel re-energized, depleted. And Baba, when we come to Baba, Baba is that divine, he is that divine source that we start to link into. And then our spiritual battery fills up, our spiritual pure light also starts shining as well. And in this period right now, Baba gives us the inheritance. He gives his inheritance now. Satyug is our reward for the efforts that we make. And of course, Baba creates Satyug as well. But he is giving us the gift of us recognizing him and his personal introduction. He gives us his personal introduction. And we get this amazing gift where we can actually meet him. So we have, maybe most of us have met him in the Avyakt Milans and the Sakar form when we had Dadi Gulzar. But we still have this gift of being able to meet him in our yoga. Even we can go to Paramdham, meet him, whether it is in Madhuban or a center in Baba's home, Baba's room, at our own personal homes, we can actually meet Baba. He is still completely with us. And Baba says, everything that he knows and everything that he has all the gyan, the virtues, all the powers, he keeps giving to us. Again, a spiritual gift. And he says, I will keep giving to you until I am empty. No, his role will not be over until he has given us everything. And the other main thing, so he helps us in our creation, recreation. And then he also gives us the most beautiful sustenance of the confluence age, where he is available in all relationships, and he provides all the companionships that we need. And we souls, we are kind of damaged. We've had lots of things that have happened to us in this life and in previous lives as well. And we have all these scars on the soul, these wounds. And Baba is that medicine. The relationship, any relationship we want, is a healing medicine for my heart. But we don't even know all the things that have happened to us, because over half the cycle, we are carrying the burden. And Baba says to us as well that, I give you the gift of 21 births, 21 births, but guaranteed that you will be happy. And we always must remember that that first life of the 21 is this one, It's this here and now with Baba himself. And this is this instant fruit that we have every single morning. Every single morning we wake up to him. Every single morning we know the full drama. We have the full awareness of the drama. And life number one is, it's this diamond carefree life. It's intoxicating. It's spiritually, it's a super sensuous, Baba says, super sensuous, blissful life. And it's the only time where we can really understand the meaning of Anand, right? And the taste of Anand as well. We've heard about it in scriptures and in stories, but we actually can taste it. So Baba gives us many, many gifts when we come to him, but to really experience these gifts and to appreciate them, enjoy them, we also have to go through the school and the university of the confluence age, right? We have to transform. We have to transform from the consciousness that we have of, that we had of Shudra consciousness. We have to transform into Brahmin consciousness. And then we have to transform into angelic consciousness. And then naturally we become deity consciousness. That's a byproduct of becoming an angel. And then it leads us, all this transformation helps us to become Bab Saman as well. And Bab Saman, an angel, and to be Bab Saman means to be completely unlimited. My heart is open. My heart is open for everyone. There are no judgments. There are no evaluations. It's just acceptance. It's just mercy and compassion. No, Baba says, I understand you. I accept you. But of course, he tells us what's right and wrong. But he says he's detached. He loves us regardless. And he said, was it on Friday? Yes, Friday. Today is Saturday here. Friday, he said, no one can love you as much as I love you, right? He said that, right? No one can love you as much as I love you. And we have to become like that too. Baba, the greatest thing that Baba teaches us is what is pure love. And love going around the cycle became twisted and convoluted and inaccurate, like respect. And so we depleted a lot. And so Baba gives us this gift of pure love, where we start to love ourselves properly, respect ourselves properly, but we also learn to love others properly and to love Baba accurately as well. And if we look at this classroom, in this classroom, this university of the confluence stage, we have two main teachers, right? We have Shiv Baba. We have Shiv Baba as our father, mother, teacher, and Satguru, so teaching us in those roles and guiding us. And we also have Avyakt Brahma Baba, perfect, angelic, perfect Brahma Baba, who is also teaching us as a father and a mother, and older brother, a teacher, having gone through everything. And if we look at Brahma Baba in the Avyakt Murlis, it's so different, isn't it? The conversation is completely different, because Brahma Baba has gone through all the situations, all the challenges of Ravan and Maya. And Brahma Baba has is completely experienced with everything, like we have to go through our lokic lives, and he is victorious. And if you look at the Avyakt Murlis, it is amazing how Bab Dada tells us step by step how to think, step by step how to speak, step by step how to act. And I remember when I had taken Gyan, and within a month, like I had taken Gyan by the end of October, and I started studying the Murlis. And I remember within a month, at the end of November, I just said to myself, I'm a kid again. I'm a child again. I'm learning how to think. Nowhere else have I been taught how to think for every situation. And if we look at the Avyak Murlis, Baba is teaching us how to perform every garam according to my personal sanskars, right? The weak ones and the good ones. And also how to handle the sanskars of others in terms of a respectful way, and how to respond and not to react. So the Avyak Murlis with Brahma, angelic, perfect Brahma Baba, there is so much dharana, and it's so much how to do. Now, the Sakar Murlis are beautiful. Both Murlis are beautiful. You know, the secrets are in there in the Sakar Murli, our history and geography, detail about Baba and the Atma, and the rules, the boundaries, the maryadas, you know, the codes of conduct, everything is in there, and they are very, very important. But the Avyak Murlis teach us how to do everything, how to succeed in this school, and then also with complete softness and complete sweetness as well. And so besides Shiv Baba and Brahma Baba, Bap Dada together being our teachers, we also have other teachers in the Confluence Age as well. And they also never stop looking at our sanskars that need to change. And they keep teaching us in all aspects of our lives. And we experience this in our lokic lives, whether it's in our lokic jobs or families, and even in our alokic connections and relationships as well. And these other teachers that we have are Mother Drama, Mother Time, Mother Nature, and all souls. No, Mother is kind of attached because Mother is always loving. Fathers are also, both parents are. That Mother is loving and nurturing, and she never stops. She never stops. Even when we get older, our mothers can still be teaching us. No, so the drama is like my mother, you know, she knows what I need to do. And she is constantly testing me as well as the time that Mother Nature and all souls, they all of them want things to get better, because they're also tired. You know, Baba says often, you know, the time is saying, when is this going to stop? You know, Mother Nature is saying to Baba, when is this going to stop? They want our purity because they know that the drama will not change. You know, the shift to go from the negative to the positive will not happen until a certain number of children become completely pure. So they will support us. They will support us and help us with our aim and objective of self-transformation. The most important work, you know, to be able to use these gifts and experience these gifts is the work on the self-transformation from impurity to purity. And Mother Drama, Mother Time, Mother Nature, all souls are going to give us opportunities. They're going to give us tests, challenges, obstacles to constantly push us towards perfection. And the higher our personal aim and objective is, the higher the help and cooperation we get from them. You know, Baba has said, hasn't he, that the higher the yogi, the higher the Maharati, the bigger the tests, right? As we go bigger, but that's the subjects, you know, it's the subjects that we are, it's the study. If we look at our study, our alokic study, and if we look at the lokic study as well in the world, the method is pretty much the same. And if you look at elementary and high school, You have the basic subjects, especially at elementary. We have the basic subjects like, reading, writing, mathematics or history, geography, art, even exercise, the gym as well. But every year that the child is in school, when we are in school, every year the level increases. Every year the detail in the subjects that are taught increases. The information increases. And so the study increases, the application increases, and the children are encouraged to make presentations, do experiments, and come to conclusions, right? So the learning becomes higher and higher, so from 2 + 2 = 4, after about 10, 12 years, we're doing algebra and calculus with it, right? So, and in this learning also, there is homework, there are tests, and there are exams. So then the children keep moving up a grade, and to this higher level of studying and understanding as well. And so we are doing the same thing, right? We are doing the same thing. And just like in Lokic study, good students, including ourselves as Alokic students as well, good students love to study. They love to learn. They love to apply, and they love to be tested. They actually like an exam, and if you look at a Mahavir or a champion, they'll say, come on, bring it on, bring on the fight, let's do this. So good students, they love the analysis, and they also like to know where they went wrong. They'll often go back to the teacher and say, how can I become better? That's true, honesty and humility. And they respect their teacher and follow everything as well. And we know that in our Lokic life, to have a good education, to be allowed to have a good education, where the school is really like, pushing the children, gently pushing the children, in not, in a negative way, pushing them, inspiring them to do well. We know that that school is a good school. It's a privilege to be at that school. And the children will come out great. They will have good certificates, and then they create their fortune, right? They create their fortune. To be able to be independent and stand on their own 2 feet. And so we are doing the same thing. We are doing the same thing. So if we are good students, we are in a beautiful school, and we will have a beautiful fortune where we will be independent, self-sovereign rulers, not just for this life, but throughout the whole cycle. But our subjects that we keep studying, as you know, is Gyan, Yog, Dharana, and Seva. But also, I'm sure you find as well, that we also end up being tested or challenged maybe on the 4 pillars as well, our 4 pillars of purity. So brahmacharya, our food, our company, and our virtues. So the schooling, we get this schooling of homework, tests, and challenges on these aspects for our dharana, for our spiritual upliftment. So again, when we get these tests, it's like it's a gift. If I don't do them, then I'm not going to go up a grade, right? And Baba says, not to look at tests, challenges, obstacles as tufan, as storms, but as tofa, right? As tofa, as a gift. I prefer actually to use the word scenario or situation, because I find the word test, challenges, obstacles, they can carry a little bit of, heaviness with it. They can carry a little bit of burden with it as well. So I'd rather see everything as a scenario in my life, like a mirror a mirror to show me my sanskars. The situation is a mirror to show me how am I studying, how am I learning, how am I applying. You know, it's a chart, right? It's a chart that I can mark off. I can give myself marks. Am I imbibing? Am I inculcating? So am I moving towards my aim and objective? So if we take everything as a learning opportunity, not something negative or negative karma like this, it's so much more fun. It's really fun, and it's exciting. It's exciting to move ahead and know if I'm not doing something properly. Baba said recently, and I think we read it on a Monday night Murli, I'm not sure, you can tell me, but it was definitely in an Abhyakt Murli recently that we read, that Baba said, take the question mark and the exclamation mark out of your punctuation, out of your Brahmin dictionary. And I love it. I love it when Baba says, take something out of the Brahmin dictionary, you know, the books, the bookshelves that are in here. Because as soon as we take those things out, it means that I'm not going to react. It means that I'm not going to ask questions of why. And if I take the exclamation mark out, I won't have outrage, you know, I won't be outraged, I won't be shocked, because sometimes things are very, very shocking, aren't they? When somebody just kind of like vomits their sanskars, it seems like that, you know, you just think, what on earth did I do? What on earth did I do that this is going on? But the main thing is not to be outraged and be detached, right? Be detached. And I also now don't even use negative karma like that, thinking, oh, that this is my negative karma and this is why this is happening to me. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm not realistic. I'm completely realistic about my sanskars, because we know that negative karma and good karma is harbored in our sanskars. So with humility and with honesty and with the power to face, I will look at my sanskars. I will see where I am maybe irritated, maybe, or, you know, just not where I should be. You know, I'm not at the right vibration, and I'm willing to learn, and I'd rather not go into emotional suffering, because if I have negative karma, I'm associating it with negative karma, I go into some kind of emotional suffering. And once I do that, the intellect shuts down and I'm not able to be a Mahavir. And then the tufan is a tufan, and it hasn't become a tofa. And we cannot ascend, just like a child at grade 1. If the child at grade 1 does not study and does not do the minimum, the child does not go into grade 2. And for us as well, for our levels of, you know, to go into a deeper consciousness and purity, we have to take the challenges to ascend. We have to apply everything that Bapdada tells us. And without self-study and without the check, correct, and change, we're not going to get anywhere. We have to face and realize what are the downloaded apps that I have accumulated from half the cycle. The downloaded apps that are really not helping me, and I have to remove them. And to remove them comes from downloading the software package that Baba gives us, right? The more Gyan we study, the more yoga we have, the more we're able to download his software package, so that we are able to neutralize and even clean and move off this device that's here, right? The device, the Atma that I am. And I already have my inherent beautiful spiritual DNA, beautiful apps. But if I don't do this self-study and this checking, I will not be able to clean them up and empower them and also take from Baba. Because in this age of the lift, the age of the confluence age, this is where we increase the wattage, right? We're all light bulbs, but this is where we increase the wattage, the power of the light of the Atma. So I'm finding more and more that my scenarios, like I said, I'd rather say scenario than tests and obstacles or karmic events. I'm feeling more and more that I'm being put in a reality show. I'm being quite honest. Like in May, I had a situation. I had another situation in October. They were pretty big, quite big. And I really felt that I had been put into this room and I had to face the situation and I had to manage it. And it was like a competition. It was like a competition that I had to win. I had to be a detached. I just kind of saw this. It was like being in a movie, and I thought, okay, become the detached actor. And I had to determine that how do I want to play my role according to the way Bab Dada would want me to play the role, how he tells us in Avyak Murlis how to play the role to face situations. And I thought, I'm the only one that can control my part. And I have to put all the application of the study in it. And I hold Baba as my director while I'm going through this. It seems like, like a reality show. Another experience that I can share with you as well, that a while ago, I was an assessor, not now, I don't do this now. And I'm only in my Lokik job because I have to be in my Lokik job. That's the only reason. Otherwise, there's a balancing act that I'm doing between, the Lokik job and running the center as well. But before I came into service, I was an examiner. I was an assessor on the weekends for the board exams. And so graduates would come into rooms, their rooms or stations, and it's a mock pretend situation where there's an actor and the actor is a patient and the patient is ill, and the graduate has to come in and find out what the problem is and answer to that patient. So let's say the patient has blood pressure, so then the graduate has to figure out that, okay, he's got blood pressure and he needs this medication. So the student, I'm sitting as an examiner, completely quiet. I have to be with no expression and just sit there and do the marking in complete silence while I watch this engagement going on. And I'm assessing for knowledge, skill, and intellect. And it's a clinical, practical test on competency. And when I look at that, that's what this is all about too. Like, I'm being tested clinically. How competent am I with all of Baba's Gyan? With my intellect, with my yuktis, to be Gyan yukt, Raz yukt, yukti yukt, yog yukt, all of this as well. And in these assessments, getting the main thing that, okay, this person needs this prescription, that was just one mark. We had to give more and more marks if the candidate was, kind, complete, gave many other advice, like, watch your diet, watch your exercise, watch your stress, take this medication at this time, it interacts with this, take it with food or not food, giving many counseling type tips for completeness. So in our study as well, we are also, it's not as, we all know Srimad, and we all know what's right and wrong. We're pretty good about knowing what's right and wrong, but it's how we deliver, right? How we deliver. And It's how we deliver and what we deliver as well, right? With the values, with the virtues, with the powers, and with sweetness, right? Sweetness. Doesn't it make a huge difference when somebody treats us with sweetness? Baba said in an Avyakt Murli quite some time ago, sweet, sweeter, sweetest, right? Was I sweet? Was I sweet? This is a checking. Could I have been sweeter? Was I the sweetest? And this is my, this is my evening study of myself and my charting with Baba. And Baba said recently in a Sakar Murli, I think it was this week, that Baba said he is the most sweetest. He is the most sweetest, right? So we have to do a lot, right? We have to do a lot. But it's not bad, right? If we are good students, it's actually a lot of fun. And we can do it. And one of the things that I feel that the greatest gift of this spiritual lift is this chance of being spiritual beings, this chance of spirituality, this chance of purification, because it feels so good. It feels so natural, and it feels so very, very good. And the more pure I become, it's a gradual process, but I'm sure you have noticed as well that our yoga increases, right? And as the quality of our yoga increases, the subjects, it helps me understand the subjects and study the subjects better. It gets me through the scenarios easier, right? So I'm becoming more and more of a champion, more and more of a Mahavir. My capacity is increasing for understanding and application. But for me, the greatest gift, and I will end with this, is the greatest gift for me is more than anything, is that it brings me close to God. And the more I can be on his wavelength, the more I can be on his vibration, I can understand him more. I want to understand him. I want to know what he's thinking. I want to know what he wants me to do as well. So I love the Confluence Sage. I love the Confluence Sage. I haven't been in Gyan, as I'm sure, as long as all of you, but to me, tasting Baba's love, tasting his Baba's sweet love is amazing. It's just amazing, actually tasting his personality. And we'll never have this time again. We will never have this time again. So this is my joy. This is my joy. So I feel that all this learning and all these, this school that we're in, I think it's an amazing, amazing gift. So I will stop there, and I know we're going to do.
So, sister, there will be a question answer sessions.
Yes.
Yes. I would invite the members of the Divine Family to ask or share their journey on today's session. Now.
Yes, I would like that very much. Yes.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
I just liked when that first sentence which hit me today when you said, this is the first birth of my 21 births.
Yes.
So then when you said that, I said, oh, okay, I'm in the right lift. Then I was just thinking, I hope I punch the right buttons.
Yes.
Because when I was a chosen one, out of so many millions, out of so many this, and I have been, handpicked. And then you just baptized us today by saying, this is my first this. It's already as if I'm on the lift. I always associate lift. See, suppose I'm too lazy to walk up the steps. I cannot go there. But there are some hardcore people who'd never like a lift, who'd like to go the way of what we call the steps. That's
Yes.
what we saw even in Bhakti, when
Yes.
everything was there, but still they didn't take the lift because they didn't know a lift existed.
Yes.
So they went that hard way.
Yes.
But we, along with divine intellect, divine birth, divine this, Baba gives us a lift.
Yes.
It is wonderful what you said that. And why about this confluence age? You said I liked even that. Because you see in every age, golden age, everywhere, we are just going down from Sato Pradhan, Sato, Rajo Pradhan, Rajo, Nine. Again in the copper age, beginning we are Sato Pradhan devotees, then we go down. I never understand the thing. What everywhere, it's like a capsule on its own, this age. But it's only in the confluence age where once you are on the right lift, you go up. But oh my God, so many things have to take care in this spiritual lift. It is not easy. And I know he has lifted my mind, lifted my intellect. Much more important is my heart is lifted. But we have already experienced this. They say prayer is a lift to God. When we pray, we get so close to God. That is nice. But I just have only one question.
Yes.
This spiritual lift is now in the confluence age. Okay, we have seen so many people, so many gurus saying we'll give you spiritual lift and all. Once you have tasted the spiritual lift of Shiv Baba, it's like a cat coming down. We will not like any other milk. But there are something which they call it as enlightenment, the Buddha. So what is the difference between the spiritual lift which we are going on now and the lovely enlightenment which we hear?
Okay, so you're saying that, just to understand the question, like the difference between like the enlightenment of Buddha, like where Buddha can take us and where Shiv Baba can take us. Is that correct?
No, not where
No.
Buddha. I know he can take. I'm talking about the process of that lift. See, when he went in enlightenment, it was the same thing. He had disinterest. He had the same thing which pulled him towards going up.
Yes.
But I want to know what was that instrument there, because Shiv Baba wasn't there.
Okay,
Shiv
no,
Baba
that's right. Yes. Okay,
so
sorry.
I want to know, because they all say, Brahmasmi. Oh, we are merging with element. What we are talking. So just that difference between ours is a unique spiritual lift.
Yes. Ours is very, very unique because it's very unique because it's only Shiv Baba who is out of the cycle, who knows our whole story. He knows where he is in Paramdham. He knows our whole story, how we have gone around, and he is God. So he is the only one that can take us back home, or he is the only one that can lead us into complete happiness, give us the method, give us the yukti. Now, Buddha or Christ and the other religious founders, what happens with them is that at the end of the Iron Age, we know that they are in the cycle and they are supporting their religion, their belief system in some way. And they will come to the Brahma Kumaris and they will take Gyan, but not all Gyan. They will take what they need for their religion or their bhakti that will start in the Copper Age. They won't do what we do. They won't do everything. They will come to know some aspects. That's why they don't have it all. They only have bits and bobs, right? We say bits and little bits. They just have pieces of Baba's Gyan. They just have pieces. They don't have the whole thing. And whatever they need for their religion, That's what they come and take now at the end of the cycle. And the drama also, Mother Drama is also waiting for them so that Baba is revealed to them, you know, so it could be the light, you know, they will have an experience, and then that will be recorded in them. And then when it's their time to come down to humanity, because humanity needs that, then they will give that. But they're not going to take everything. And whatever they're going to take, it is going to be from Baba's Rajyoga Gyan. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think what you meant to say is they'll only taste condensed milk, but I'm going to taste the butter.
Yes, exactly. And you know, when I'm teaching the foundation course, I can tell completely. Now that I've been doing it for some time, I can tell which is a Copper Age soul, which is going to come later. You know, they just take certain aspects of the course and then they drop out. You know, or they take all the information of the Atma, the mind, the intellect, the sanskars, or all about karma. But then when it comes to the God class, they're not there. You know, so you kind of know, like, and they're wanting to meditate, but they're doing, you know, the mindfulness, the cognitive behavior therapy, and all of that, but they're not connecting. Our meditation has all the meditations that are out there, but we also connect to the Supreme. So it's quite interesting, according to the entry level in the cycle, and according to the position on their branch or on the trunk, that is related to how much Gyan and how much practice of the Gyan they will do now. So I'm just reading the chat from Balwinder. Yeah, fabulous. That's wonderful. Wonderful. And how long does it take to graduate from this godly university? You can graduate very fast, but the learning never stops. Okay, the learning never stops. We will carry on learning right until we leave the body. Okay, and be happy about that. Be happy about that. Because, you know, a diamond, we can become a diamond, okay? From, you know, a dark kind of coal of the Shudra consciousness, that darkness, we come into becoming a diamond. So, okay, we can graduate as a diamond, but a beautiful diamond has many, many cuts, right? Many, many facets, right? Many, many facets. And the soul has many, many facets as well. And so the more we kind of like polish it, shine it, you know, like make it smooth, the more when light goes in, that more brilliance comes out, right? More brilliance comes out. So never stop at all. Just enjoy, enjoy. Because right now, the study that we are doing, we are creating our destiny. This is the only time where we don't know our destiny. We don't know all our lives through the cycle. But right now, we are actually creating it to be so wonderful and so powerful. Gold and silver age, no problem. It's going to be very easy. We're hardly going to use anything of our powers and our virtues because we're all going to be naturally beautiful. And it's easy getting along with everyone. But when we come to the Copper Age and the Iron Age, that's when we're going to get influenced, right? We're going to get influenced. And the more we study now and we carry on and really, you know, it's not just about getting a bachelor's. We have to get a master's, we have to get a PhD, because then our character, you know, when Baba talks about a royal character, you know, prince and a princess, it's not just the role of prince and princess. The Atma is royal. Atma is self-sovereign. It can rule itself. And through the Copper and the Iron Age, we will not succumb to the darkness as much. So this is why the work, keep doing the work, keep doing the work. And like you said, Balwinder, the love, this love, that true spiritual love amongst each other with Baba, it's amazing. It's such a sweet, soft love, isn't it? Right? So enjoy it. This is the only time where we know everything. We know everything, and it's completely in our hands. Baba says, I give you everything from my hand, meaning from the palms of my hand. So easy, I give it to you. And we can take everything and just have a magnificent life now and really create a magnificent cycle for ourselves as well. And definitely the cleaning process is always going on. And the turbulence does lift us. Of course it does, doesn't it? Of course it does, right? That when there's a wind, it pushes you, right? It pushes you. But if we fly with that wind, we go easy with it. We don't fight it. We don't react. But, let's work through this. Let's work through this. Then we actually do become higher in our consciousness. And Baba says, right, I'm with the courageous children, right? Baba said that recently too, right? The courageous children, he's always there, also lifting us. We take one step of courage, Baba pushes us 1,000 steps more forward, right? So keep flying, absolutely. Be completely easy. Do not react to whatever is going on in the world. Don't. And really, really understand Baba. What does Baba mean? Sakar Murlis and Avyak Murlis. And the self-checking and the yoga is very important.
Sister, wonderful session is going on. Now, if there is no other question, may I invite you to conduct a meditation?
Sure. Yes. I know I'm looking at the time also. So that's lovely. It's really been a pleasure. Honestly, I feel so wonderful. And so for our meditation, I thought that I would add a little bit of this class, the topic of this class as well. So let's place ourselves, visualize, if you need to close your eyes, because sometimes that helps with the visualization. If you have been to Baba's Rock, place yourself on Baba's Rock, okay? Or if you haven't been to Baba's Rock, that's fine. Place yourself high on a mountain, and that you're sitting on the top of the world, and you can see the mountain range beside you, and you can see the rolling valleys below, and sit very, very comfortably in a nook, in a little nook on the floor of the mountain, and be completely relaxed, and take a big, soft, gentle breath. And let's just take a pause from our life. We have lots of things to do, I'm sure, during the day, but let's take a pause and let's gaze softly at the sunset. There is a beautiful sunset in front of our eyes. What a fabulous time it is in my life right now. I have the gift of being right at the top of the cycle. Just like I'm sitting at the top of this mountain, I'm sitting at the top of the cycle. From this position, I have the gift of the knowledge of the whole drama. I know the good, the bad, and the ugly. I know everything. I have no more questions, no more fears. I am completely at ease. I am fearless. From my position at the top of the cycle, on top of the world, I am Trikaldarshi. I can see my journey. I can be Swardarshan Chakradhari. And from this vantage point, I can see my 5 best forms. I am the holy Brahmin. I am God's child, obedient and loving. I am the surrendered angel. I only see, listen, and do as God wants. I am a pure soul, powerful, victorious, full and complete. I am the light of Baba's eyes. I am the Sattva Pradhan deity, worthy of worship. And from this, I will always receive love and cooperation in all my future lives. At the top of the cycle, I am the closest that I will ever be to God. I now know my parent. I know my world family. I know where my home is. And with just one thought, I can lift myself directly into my home. I can arrive in front of the presence of the divine. Here I am in front of Baba. I am sitting, relaxed, and I absorb this soft, warm, pulsating love that is coming from him. I absorb this soft, pulsating love deep into my being. I allow myself to be embraced in his gentle, golden waves of light. I rest here. I relax. I recharge. And as I come back to play my roles, I can share my peace, my love, my bliss, my contentment, and my stability. I can share with all my contacts and relationships in every garam that I perform. Om Shanti.
Oh, that was amazing, sister. That was amazing experience. I'm sure we all, Divine Family, are feeling top of the world, and not only top of the world, top of the cycle.
Yes.
That was a great experience, and you have in a very gagar mein sagar. You have in a very short time, very limited time available. I think you have given that. This is a gift for all of us. Today's session is a wonderful gift.
Oh no.
And, we have covered almost everything which can be applied, practically. And as a spiritual student, as a master, you have taken us to the masters or PhD level, where we can apply and do the research so that it not only benefits self but also the others as well, which Baba expects from all of us. Absolutely amazing session, sister. I would, on behalf of the Divine Family, I would like to thank from the bottom of my heart, from the soul. Thank you so much, and I'm sure we'll have more such opportunities to hear from you, your experiences, and thank you. Over to Rakhi, sister.
Yeah. Thank you, sister. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. It was really a wonderful session to understand how Baba's knowledge is a real gift which lifts us in our spiritual path. Thank you for your sharing, and we will have more of you coming here often now.
Thank you. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Baba. And many, many thanks to you. My sincere love from my heart for all of you.
It is reciprocate the same. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
You too. You too.
Om Shanti.
Shanti. Om Shanti.